All right, let's talk today about the phases of a market cycle. People will often wonder why I don't panic when the stock market goes down, when the COVID crash happened, or the bear market of 2022. I never panicked. I never sold any stocks. Instead, I took advantage of the lower prices and I had the conviction to just keep buying. Part of that is I know that these downturns happen from time to time, every 5 to 10 years or so, and throughout history. The best strategy when these downturns happen has been not to panic and to keep buying as usual, because number one, if you've determined your correct asset allocation, you already accounted for the fact that these downturns could happen. And what you care about is, am I in the right asset allocation? And because historically, you eventually get back to a new all-time high, and continuing to buy on the way down ends up being a pretty good strategy. But unfortunately, because psychology is such a major component of investing, people often do the opposite out of desperation. They sell when there's fear in the market, only to then become greedy and return when the market is at its highs. And it is a form of timing the market, which I am against. So in today's video, I'm going to walk through the emotions that people often experience when the market is at different points in these boom and bust cycles, so you can recognize them. And hopefully you're not going to be tricked into doing anything other than staying the course, focusing on the long term. So this picture here is a basic framework for the psychology of a market cycle. It's called the Wall Street cheat sheet. It's not a perfect science. It shouldn't be used to tell you where to put money in, when to put money in or when not to. It's just to get an idea of what people experience when they look at their account and it's up or it's down. So disbelief. This is coming off maybe a bear market. No one believes there are any returns to be had by investing. Then you get to hope. There's a bit of recovery. People start to feel like maybe the downtrend is coming to an end. Then you get to optimism. We've confirmed the market is recovering. We are now optimistic. Then there's belief, where people say, I believe it's time to start putting extra money in the market. Maybe you tell your friends to do the same thing. Then there's the thrill. Everybody's making money hand over fist. Even stocks with terrible fundamentals are soaring. Alternative assets are taking off. Crypto, everything. And then you get to euphoria. You're a genius. I'm a genius. This is going to last forever. Then there's complacency. There's finally a little dip. People believe it was needed. New highs are coming very, very soon. But then there's anxiety. Uh-oh. Now there's something to worry about. Then there's denial. No. There's nothing to worry about. It'll recover soon. And then panic sets in. I should sell everything. And then there's capitulation, where some people actually do sell everything. Then the anger comes in. It's someone else's fault I lost so much money in the stock market. And then there's depression. It's my fault I lost it all. And then there's disbelief. And now we're back to exactly where we started. Now, people may watch this and wonder, where are we now in that? In January of 2023. Where exactly are we in that? Because the S&P 500 is down 20% from its highs. Where are we? My guess is we're somewhere in the depression phase, where, as you can see, it takes a while to get through that. It can be several months or years before we do. We also might not even yet be at capitulation. We only know in retrospect, and it's not useful to use this tool to try to time or beat the market. This is a guide to hopefully help you understand how these market cycles work and the psychology that correlates with it, all to get back to determine the correct asset allocation for your level of risk and your time horizon, and then just stick with it.